I'm Ron. I work for Energiesprong, which basically is a market development team that has been given an assignment from the national government to bring energy efficiency solutions for the built environment to the market. The government decided that they wanted to stop what they've been doing for many years, and all governments seem to be doing that, is giving small amounts of subsidies to a large amount of pilot kind of projects. And they said this never grows in a systemic way, so we want to give a large pot of money to one team that can really tip the market. And they gave us that money. So we started working. And I'll explain a little bit what we've done, but maybe this is a good point to start. You see two houses on this picture, which about a month ago looked exactly the same. And as you can see, they don't anymore. And apart from not looking the same anymore, the house on your right actually is now net zero energy, which means it in the context of the Netherlands, it has no energy bill anymore. It produces as much energy over a year as it consumes, and that includes heating, light, hot water, and all your electric appliances. Now, not only does it do that, the builder that installed it gave a warranty on that performance for 30 years. The installation took place within 10 days, and the result is a net zero energy home. Now, to give you an idea how they do that, and we made a deal to do 111,000 of these, all without subsidies. Okay, this is a movie. Watch, because it goes very quick. You see a row of houses. This one was already done, and you see the time ticking on the right-hand side, and they're going to refurbish the other 5 in a period of 10 days. There it comes. 10 days. It's done. The clock keeps ticking because they do a new bathroom, kitchen, and toilet inside. So there is 3 more days of work in these specific houses. But this was done in 10 days. Now, I wasn't even there. It was really okay. But I'll pass on the compliments to the people that were. Okay, so to repeat, these houses, I mean, they're building a few hundred this year and then scale it up to that 111,000, and I'll talk a bit more about how that will go. But what they all will have in common is that they get that long-year energy performance warranty. They all need to be at a price point to do it, which can be financed off the energy cost savings they create. So the price level, needs to be that low. It needs to be quick. We aim for a week. There are 10 days now, but they'll get there. And very important, the result needs to improve the look and feel of the house, and that means that it needs to make people happy. A lot of the people talk about how it's such a financially sound investment to do. We know that, yet nobody does it. The point is, people never make decisions based on what is financially wise to do. They buy a 20,000 euro kitchen. There is no return on investment on that kitchen. They can't pay their rent, yet they buy an iPhone 6. I mean, people do all kinds of crazy shit when it comes to spending money. You gotta tap into the emotional component if you really want solutions to take off. These are reasons why people wouldn't do it. If it's bad, if it's poor quality, if it's too expensive, or if builders are around for 3 months in your house, that are reasons why people will not do it. This is the only reason why people will do it. And a tucked away high efficiency boiler on the attic or some roof insulation doesn't make people feel good about themselves. They can't show it to the neighbors. If they walk in, they don't notice the difference. So this is where you have to tap into. Now, coming back to the warranty, people might think that the warranty, a 30-year warranty on the performance is a good idea because, you know, builders will provide a good product. But there is another very important reason why this is essential. Because there was some criticism about financing or the willingness to finance from banks. The thing is, if there is a builder who's backed by an insurer that gives an energy performance warranty of 30 years, if you now go to a bank and you say, look, I have this product, my energy bill is disappearing and it's guaranteed and it's backed up by an insurer, so I have an extra income stream that becomes available to me. Can I get a loan which I can pay off with that extra income stream? They'll say yes, and they'll provide cheap financing. So this is the trick to get the financing solution done in a way that is cheap, because we're talking long-term investment, so you want to spread it out for as long as you can to be able to invest as much as you can, but that only works if your interest rates are low. That doesn't mean Green Deal 7-8%, that means mortgage financing 2-3% net. Then you can seriously spend money. So that's the first very, very important requirement. This enables financing cheaply. Affordability speaks for itself. On the 7 days, when the housing associations, I should say, because we started with housing associations, started asking for 7 days, they forced builders to prefabricate the solutions, because you can never do that on site, these kind of interventions within a week. And that forces them to think in a way of how do I make a prefabricated product, which allows them to go towards an industrialized process. And industrialization is the only way you can get to these price levels and these quality levels, because you cannot achieve the constant level of quality you need if you do it manually on site every time. Okay, now this is what we do. If you look at the world today and you see where, you know, those solutions should be developed, the world looks like this. It's a lot of market conditions, regulatory financing, market, consumer market, suppliers. Nothing is aligned to get there. It needs to go to a world that looks like that. And we're this. So we're trying to make all the stakeholders, which are the banks, to create the financing, the governments to set the rules right, the consumers to ask for the right proposition in volume, and then the builders to start making it when knowing that the demand is there, the financing is there, and the regulation fits. So that's the game we've been playing for the last 4 years. And we brought prices down in the market from about 130,000 euros to anywhere in the area of 60 now for a retrofit you saw. And that includes a kitchen and a bathroom. So, and the aim is for now is to get to about a little bit north of 40,000 euros for a net zero energy retrofit. That's roughly what we aim for. The trick was, if you assemble a huge amount of demand asking for the same product, you entice the construction sector to start making them. So we gathered 27 housing associations to put up stock to say, if you can give me this product, I'll buy it from you. And they signed a contract. Initially, 11,000, and the 4 largest builders signed a contract, and then there were 21 who are waiting in the wings with other builders to complete that number. This number, by the way, this is not the objective. The objective isn't to refurbish 111,000 houses, but you know that when you got 111,000, the market has tipped because they got really, really good at it. Now, the financing works like this. Somebody living in a house pays rent to a housing association and an energy bill to the utility. In the new world, he'll still pay rent to the housing association, but he gets an energy plan. It's like a phone plan, hot water, heated house, and a number of kilowatt hours for your electric equipment. You pay it to the housing association. That bill is the same as this one. That extra income stream allows a refurbishment investment, and they get a return on it. So that's how the financing model works. The technology part of it, it's all based on 3D scanning of a house, feeding into a building information model, steering a flexible factory. Yes, every house is different, the window is in a different place, the width of the wall is different, the height of the ceiling is different, but that is not very difficult to do. But this is how, you know, in a nutshell, the solutions will be produced. Here you see an example of such a prefabricated solution. These are wall panels. At the back you see a box. One of the things they do, they take all the components out of the house and put it in a separate box, because not only does that allow prefabrication, so you don't need installations in the house, which is complicated and expensive, but it also allows you as a builder to access it even when you're not home. So you don't have to stay in between 12 and 5 on that Thursday and then get a call 4:45 that, you know, it couldn't make it that day and if you could please do that the next day again, because they can just come whenever there is an issue. This is what that looks like if it's put together. Different types they're doing. So this is a lot of terrace houses, obviously in the Netherlands, so do a lot of volume to start with there. This is a 4-story apartment block, of which we have a lot, and they get better at doing different types of houses because the flexibility of solutions increases. You can do all kinds of designs, obviously, with it. Yeah, so we started with the social housing sector because it's easy to organize demand, but this is the step to create the product, an industrialized, high-quality product with a warranty on it. After that, when that product exists, you can go to the private market, and we just closed a deal 3 weeks ago with 175 parties, including the 6 largest banks, that will increase the mortgage cap for such solutions in the Netherlands with 35,000 euros. So this is the trick to get it going, not the objective. We're trying to scale it now to France and the UK. We made a European bid to get that going, and we want to basically do the same trick, broker a deal for 100,000 houses in each country to tip the market there as well. That project proposal is called Transitionzero, and if you want to find out more, that's where you can. That was all I had to say for now. Thanks.